Jazmine, aka the Curly Top, and welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time, welcome. So today I'm going to review some of the fashion trends you recommended to me to review on my Instagram for spring summer 2021. And I first want to say that I'm not the type of person who tries to look at trends in order for me to have to fit those trends. To have a sustainable wardrobe just really means just to love what you have and to have fun and to listen to your own style and voice. But I do think reviewing trends is really fun just because you're able to really kind of spice things up. So don't take what I'm saying as this is what you have to do. This is just for me exploring how I see these trends maybe fitting in my wardrobe or not. And I hope I could give you some insight in how to incorporate these sustainably into your wardrobe if it's a trend that you really want to do. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first one is low-rise pants. And I know that this is very controversial and I feel pretty meh about it. I personally don't think low-rise pants are really cozy in the sense of when people rock it with low-rise jeans and a crop top. I like the second tuck feeling of high-waisted pants. As much as I feel a lot of us feel uncomfortable in it, I also feel it's a cool opportunity for us to tackle beauty standards that make us feel we have to have the perfect body type to fit into these low-rise pants. When you go onto Pinterest and you look at low-rise pants, it's all these people with perfect stomachs and hourglass figures. And I feel it would be kind of cool for it to become a mainstream thing where people of all body types and shapes are rocking them. But I think that's gonna have to take someone else and not me, because I just personally don't feel super comfortable. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind. But if you want to incorporate this sustainably into your wardrobe, I would just say that this is such an easy thrift find. I feel whenever I go to thrift stores, more often than not, they are low-rise pants because, again, I think a majority of people feel uncomfortable rocking the trends. If you feel bold enough and you feel comfortable enough to wear it, go for it. I might hop on the train a little bit later and I'll just thrift a pair when and if I feel I want to. The second is mom shorts, and I am so into this. I feel in the 2010s we had wore booty shorts, and it's slowly gotten longer and longer. And I'm personally okay with that because I like not having to worry about if my booty is hanging out all the time or burning my butt on things when I'm sitting in parks. You know that feeling, that's happened to you, I'm sure. And I just think it's super comfortable and really easy to pair with things. So I already have some longer shorts that I've had over the years, so I'll definitely be rocking that for the future. Sustainability wise, I think it's a really easy thing to be able to thrift. A lot of tailored pants in thrift stores are that long length, so I think that works. And then also it's an easy DIY. You could just chop old pants into those shorts. And also what's cool is with the whole pendulum trend swing, when booty shorts do come around again, you can just chop them shorter if you want. It's a win-win for sustainability, I think. Number 3 are chunky rings, and I'm, as you can tell, already rocking my chunky ring. I love this trend. I think it's so cute and I'm so happy it's a thing because I just feel it adds a little bit of spice to your outfit. But what makes me kind of concerned is that I feel we're creating a ton of new plastic pieces that are gonna last for thousands of years, and old trends they come and go, and yes, we can harbor those for the rest of our lives, but I just feel the amount we're creating at the moment kind of stresses me out. If you want to hop on this trend like I am, try to see if you can find them at your local thrift store. I had thrifted these two, and I plan on trying to look out and thrift some more, or try to make them out of natural clay instead of polymer clay, because polymer clay is actually plastic. And I'll be trying to make a video of that soon, experimenting, whether that's TikTok or YouTube video, I'm still figuring out, but I'll be experimenting with that for sure. Oh, and also a brand I think is supposed to be sending me some glass rings, and I think that's a really cool alternative too. So the fourth trend is collars, and this is not my favorite. I wasn't a fan of collars when they were a thing in 2010, and I'm not a fan of them now. I just think personally for me, it's not something I like to wear because I feel I have so much hair going on, and it's a lot happening here that having a giant collar of sorts feels too much for me. And it's okay, I'll miss the train on this one. I'll survive, I'll be okay. But if you are a huge fan of them, I would say to try to look for brands that are making them by hand, a couple of small brands producing them, and they're really cute and handmade and precious. And I feel it should be easy DIY if you're into sewing. It doesn't seem it would be that hard, but this is also coming from someone who doesn't really sew and who wants to learn but doesn't know how to sew. I feel that's a DIY you can make. The fifth trend is mesh, and I'm all about this. I think it's so fun. I really want more mesh pieces in my wardrobe. They're so easy to like layer. I like when they're sheer and you can put like other funky tank tops underneath or over. Especially I love like the 90s inspired or 90s like vintage mesh tops because I feel like they have like these really cool graphics and like funky designs. One of the unfortunate things though about this becoming a trend is I feel like so many brands are producing it, but they're all made from like new mesh material, which tends to be plastic, which if you haven't figured out the theme of this video, new plastic fiber clothes aren't my thing and it makes me really sad. So I definitely will be on the hunt for those types of tops while I'm thrifting. And if there happens to be a brand that makes upcycled plastic fiber mesh tops, let me know. Or even like, I really like when people are making like those upcycled patterned types of tops. So I think that kind of stuff is really cool. I wouldn't mind checking those types of things out. The sixth trend is beaded jewelry, which obviously that's another trend I'm like super into and I have been into. I think they're just so fun and funky. I'm always rocking my like to the Nile necklace. What I like about these brands is that they had upcycled their beads, and it's just such an awesome opportunity to be able to upcycle like all the types of like weird necklaces that you see like in thrift stores. If you want to either purchase from a brand like the ones that I mentioned who are upcycling beads, or you can easily DIY. I actually have some like necklaces that I've been meaning to turn into like new necklaces and like mixing and matching like the beads together, so I'm gonna try to do that. Or also just trying to find things that are like if they're made from like glass beads or natural shell or like some kind of natural material. I think that's a really cool way to go. And I think they also like will last you a really long time, so it should be fun. And the seventh trend you wanted me to review was sweater vests. And this is a bit of a meh for me. I think that this was like a huge trend that took off in 2020 and it is spilling over into 2021. And I didn't really jump on the bandwagon then, and again, I don't think I'm gonna really jump on it now. Something I appreciate on other people where they're wearing like the cute like preppy plaid type vests, and I think those ones are super cute, but I don't think that they're necessarily like my style. And sustainability wise, it would crush my soul if I knew that everyone just chucked their sweater vests into the landfill because they were tired of it all of a sudden. Because I feel like they blew up so high that I'm so scared they're gonna become like super uncool like really fast, and I just hope that that doesn't actually happen. But then if you are someone who wants to like be like, hey, like I missed the bandwagon and I kind of still want to incorporate that for years to come, I feel like it'll be super easy to find it on Depop or resale sites or thrift stores in general, just because it was like so popular, so you can check that out. Okay, number 8 are corsets, and this is a meh for me, but I think they're so hot. They're so cool. It's one of those things where like I really appreciate it in others, but I just don't think it's like my style. I don't know. It's like something I kind of want it to be my style, but I feel like it's almost like not me. I might need a little bit of convincing, but it's just one of those things where like I feel like they look really cool, but I don't know if in like years to come if it's something I'll still rock with. I don't know, maybe if it was like one of those like modern DIY corsets I've seen on Depop, I think that might be cool for me, but as of right now I'm not quite sure where I stand with them. Sustainability wise, I feel like it's really easy to thrift corsets, plenty of them on Depop as well, and I'm sure on other resale sites. Or if you're really crafty, you can probably DIY it. Like I said, like I've seen people do that on Depop where they like make like really cool blankets into like new like corsets or something, and you want to try something funky. Could be a possibility. And number 9 is strappy pieces, and I love this. I think it's so fun. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm kind of nervous of like it being super hyped and then like people hating it in a year or two from now, but I personally am like really obsessed with it. I want to invest in pieces like this just because I feel like each piece is very unique, and to me it just like kind of screams upcycled, DIY, scrappy, and I'm super all about it. And I feel like it's also like a really cool opportunity to like support small brands, because I feel like there's like some small unique brands who are already creating these types of things, so I'll be looking out for them and trying to like incorporate that more into my wardrobe. If you're really crafty, you can like do really cool upcycle like DIYs, or like kind of like distress things that you already own and like reselling them or whatever. I don't know, maybe I'll try something like that. Might have to try DIY this. I'm really passionate about this topic. And the last trend I will be reviewing is all brown everything. Sadly, this is a meh for me because, as you know, I'm the queen of colors and I just love having a really colorful wardrobe, so this isn't something I'll fully be participating in, though I do think I have been gravitating towards like brown neutrals when I do obtain like neutral items. But I do appreciate when other people who are very neutral girls like wearing all brown. I think it's like super sick. If you want to, I think it's super easy to find thrifted like secondhand brown pieces. And also like I've seen all over TikTok people using like that espresso DIY dye ball thing. Comes out to like a really beautiful brown color. So there's stuff like that that's out there. But I would caution you before you dye your pieces, make sure that they're like not things you would regret dyeing down the line, because I have definitely done that growing up. Dyeing and cutting up pieces that like were super high quality or super beautiful, and because of like a momentary trend I like destroyed them. But if there's like pieces you generally like never wear and you think you would get like way more use out of them by dyeing it, go ahead, go for it. I think it's super sick and sustainable and dope. And that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. And again, these are just a couple of the trends out there. There's so many things you can do with your wardrobe, and that's the beauty of fashion. You can literally wear whatever you want and be inspired by whatever you want. And let me know what things you'll be incorporating sustainably into your wardrobe, or maybe you'll just be holding back from them all and you just want to like stick with what you already got. More power to you. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.